I don't know if you guys have heard of the case of a 14-year-old girl who shot her mom 3 times in the face, calls her friend up, talking about some, have you ever seen a dead body? And then proceeds to tell them that she has 3 more bullets waiting for her stepdad when he gets home. Let me give y'all a backstory. I have my notes, so you know I'm giving the details. Ashley Smiley is a very loving teacher in Northwest Rankin High School in Flowood, Mississippi. She was previously married, and that's when she had Carly, but then she divorced the partner that she had at that time and got remarried with a man named Heath Smiley when Carly was about 5 years old. Now, her new partner, Heath, a lot of people are questioning his innocence in this case, so we'll definitely get into that a little bit later. Ashley, Heath, and Carly, they all lived together during the time that her mother. Carly is a student in the same high school that her mom works in. And she's described as a very sweet girl. Like, nobody's ever had any issues with her. As she grew up, their relationship kind of grew apart. They began arguing more often than usual. And that kind of led to Carly being a lot more rebellious. She started sneaking out. Who knows if she was lying, etc., etc. So Ashley and Carly's stepfather, they ended up getting a therapist for her for anxiety and depression because they did notice that her behavior was they did assume that it was just like a teenager phase. You know, we've all had our phases when we were teenagers that we acted a little bit. But then on Tuesday, March 19th, 2024, it started off as a normal day. Carly went to school with her mom and they went their separate ways. Carly went to her class, and then her mom started working in her assigned classroom. Once the school day was over, they went home. They got home around 4 p.m. But then a student had actually told Ashley previously that Carly has started smoking, like vapes and something green. And as a worried parent, you know, she actually started snooping around her room. Now, me personally, I probably would have asked my daughter first, but maybe she wanted to physically see something that can prove that case. It is just something a student had told her at this point. Now, as Ashley is still in Carly's room, Carly is seen walking past the kitchen camera. She's almost like peeking in as though she's checking if anybody's in there. But when you look closer, it almost seems like she's holding something behind her back, which we now know was actually her father's gun that she had grabbed from her parents' bedroom. So in the camera, which it has sound, by the way, you can hear the audio, Carly is seen walking towards the room, which, like I said, her mom is in. Just a few seconds later, all you hear is a loud bang with pure terror of screams coming from Ashley, and then 2 more shots after that. It's always terrifying to hear the last moments of somebody's life, so it isn't an easy watch. So after firing those shots to her mother, she goes back to the kitchen, sits down on the bar stool as though nothing happened, grabs her mother's phone, and texts her stepdad, "When are you coming home, honey?" pretending to be her mother. You can even hear her humming a song in the audio. Not creepy at all, right? He then responds, you know, he'll be home around 4:30, maybe even a little later. Right after that, Carly then texts a friend saying that she has an emergency and if she can come over. So of course she comes over and she meets her at the door and immediately asks, "Have you ever seen a dead body?" She proceeds to walk her friend over to her room where her dead mother is laying with her face up, towel over her head, and her arms are up. I'm immediately sprinting the fuck out that house. No way you're catching me seeing that. That's when she turns to her friend and tells her, "I gave 3 to my mom and I have 3 more waiting for my stepdad when he comes home." So it's like 5:03 p.m. at this point, right? And Heath is just pulling into the driveway, expecting to see, you know, his wife and his stepdaughter, who, by the way, just texted him not that long ago. Now, there is speculation that she told her friend to go wait in the backyard because her father's about to come in. And at this point, she took the camera in the kitchen and hid it in the fridge. So Heath parks his car and he doesn't even put a foot inside of the kitchen door entry before all he sees is flash and a big bang right towards him. Let me tell y'all what he said in court. Didn't get the door open more than 4 inches wide before seeing a flash and hearing a loud bang. He quickly grabs the gun from Carly and she jumps back towards the island counter screaming loudly. He quickly grabs the gun from Carly and she jumps back towards the island counter screaming so loudly he thought that she had seen a demon. So in that moment, he thought that there was an intruder and that Carly had mistaken him for the intruder, which is why she shot at him. Carly runs off and he begins searching the house with the same gun that he took from Carly, searching for a threat. But as he's searching the house, that's when he enters Carly's room and sees Ashley's dead body on the ground. Now, this is where I start questioning the facts. Carly grabs a gun, shoots her mom, sends her dad a message pretending to be her mom, invites a friend over to look at her dead mom's body, all on camera. But the moment her dad comes home, that's when she chooses to hide the camera. It just makes no sense to me. And now you're telling me that he managed to grab a firing gun 3 feet away from him without being in critical condition? And to make things even weirder, Heath is seen blowing kisses to Carly and telling her, "I love you," as though she didn't just murder his wife. During court, by the way. That's a bit fishy. Once he grabbed the gun, Carly made a run for it. She jumped over the fence, and her friend, who was assumed to be in the backyard at the time, running behind her, but then they ended up splitting ways. All while Heath is calling 911. Now, I want y'all to watch this clip and really pay attention to his demeanor.
How much did Ashley love Carly?
They loved each other so much. She just... everything she did, she planned out for Carly and around Carly.
Very serious demeanor, right? Now, watch this one.
Tell us about yours and Carly's relationship before March 19, 2024.
We were always good. We laughed and played and messed around, loved video games.
Why did this man start cheesing at the mere thought of Carly, the girl who murdered his wife, her own mom? This case has definitely piqued my interest. It's not all black and white. Something definitely is going on between Carly and Heath, and something also did happen behind those doors that we will never know. From one true crime geek to another, thank y'all for listening. I'll be back.